Hi, this is Debbie, and I want to welcome Elizabeth Riley to the show. Elizabeth, you are a high producing agent in the Austin area with EXP. How are you?
I'm good, Debbie. It's good to see you. How are you today?
We're good. So everything is changing when it comes to the real estate market. And I know a lot of people are hesitant to list their homes or to even buy houses right now. You're on the cutting edge with EXP of being a virtual everything, virtual company. You're doing a lot of virtual tours. Tell me how real estate is changing for you and for your clients. What can we look forward to in the real estate world moving forward from here?
I think there's still a lot of unknowns because everybody's in shelter in place. The interesting thing is with EXP, we are a virtual platform. We've been around for 10 years. I've been there almost 5 years in May. And so for me, not a whole lot has changed, right? I'm excelling and being super productive in my home environment, but we've been set up like this for many years. So we are already doing what people are now trying to figure out how to do because of what the situation in the world and in the US is doing. So as far as real estate in Austin, I mean, everything's very super local, hyper local, but we had a really strong spring and it started early this year. Multiple offers, crazy buyer demand, not a lot of inventory. And I think a lot of industries and areas around the country were feeding into that a little bit, and not just here in Austin. But for us, when coronavirus hit and then shelter in place, we were following all the guidelines and just seeing what we needed to be doing to be showing homes. And I think that made a lot of agents just come to a screeching halt because they weren't really sure what to do. How do you not show a home with your buyer, right? How do you get the most exposure for your seller? And that's where we kind of came in, and it's been awesome because business as usual. Yesterday I had another listing appointment with a seller of mine that's listing, and he's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea all of this was available. I said, absolutely. So everything is just virtual. We're doing listing appointments online. We're doing buyer consultations online. EXP has a 360 tour platform, so I can do virtual open houses. I had a virtual open house for a client of mine over the weekend that, quite frankly, we haven't had a lot of showings because of this. Their home is not vacant. We want to make sure, first and foremost, everybody is safe and following the procedures and the guidelines that are set out by our city and our state and our government, right? But we have a home that is lived in, but the sellers have to sell and they have to move for whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
We still have it, that's our job to help them reach those goals, right?
So how did you do that? How did you do a virtual tour? Because I saw that you do a lot of social media, and that's how I think a lot of people are finding out about listings, is everything is online now. So how did you do a virtual open house online?
So we have, like I said, we have the 360 tour platform. And so I just got on a Zoom. I set its schedule. I love Zoom because we could be face to face. Everybody registered. I sent it out to all the people that I knew had matches, right? So within our MLS, I can see who has matches for our clients. So I sent out 92 for that one property, specific emails, and let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. If your clients are interested, or if you're interested, please come to our open house. Everybody registered. I had all their information, and then I got on and we did a virtual walkthrough tour, and I showed them the house. And
so when you say that, was your client holding a phone, a computer, doing what when you were on Zoom?
No, it's all of the pre-marketing that I put together, right? So I already had all the professional photos, and I already had, because here in Austin and Texas, we're essential. Right. So my photographers and my videographers and all those people are still out doing business. We just have to, the timelines are a little bit more delayed, but I had all of that already. And so my walking tour, my 360 tour with EXP that we're able to do, I was walking through the home and somebody would say, oh, wait, can you show me that pantry? Sure. Let's go back and look at the pantry a little bit more. So it's like they're really in the home. Right.
And you did that already. You had already done that when all this got into place.
Yeah, I'm not a big open house person. I have a lot of agents that will hold my open houses for me. And so I didn't have to do a whole lot of that, but this is easy. We just step right into business as usual. Okay. So the great thing about it, though, is they didn't have a lot of showings because, again, they're living there, and it's harder to show the homes that are not vacant. But after our virtual open house, we had 2 buyers that are already pre-qualified, very excited, and now their agents are looking at putting in offers. So we may be in, I'll find out today, we may be in a multiple offer situation.
And before you didn't have any showings at all. So this is amazing.
Right.
You came from a regular brick and mortar company before you joined EXP and joined the virtual world.
Yeah.
Tell me how this is different and what agents, you said, you know, you're kind of, they're behind the curve right now because you've been living in a virtual world the last 5 years.
Yeah, so I was at another company for 10 years. The company was amazing. It helped me get to where I am today, and I'm super grateful for that company. When I joined EXP almost 5 years ago, quite frankly, I didn't get it. I mean, I got it. There were so many things I liked, but I really joined because of the people that I was going to be working with, right? I'm not a techie person. So the technology wasn't a huge draw for me. Now, looking back, hindsight's 2020, it has completely set me up for success, and it doesn't have to disrupt my business. But what's really cool is even today, I mean, it's a Wednesday, everybody's at home. We can still collaborate and learn at a very high level from top agents around the country from our virtual campus called Verbella. So many agents can still come in and collaborate and talk and share ideas. I can still go into accounting. I can still go into the transaction team. I can still go into onboarding because we have 600 employees, full-time employees.
And they're working from their homes just like you are. And so nothing has changed for this company at all.
No. They're all there to serve the agents and make sure it's business as usual for us. And I mean, we have our leadership meetings every Friday in our cloud campus. We had 750 agents in that leadership meeting last Friday. Nobody bricks and mortar and how real estate has been done and is being done. Nobody can have that many people. Most team meetings would never get that many people.
No,
right?
Of course not. No.
So in our environment, we're learning from people all over the country and sharing. And so right now we have an Excel series where it's all these top agents from around the country doing business in very different ways that we've launched. And our company has, again, said, hey, the better we all are, the better we come out of this at the end, not only as EXP agents, but as an industry. And so they've opened up the doors and they're allowing any agent from any brokerage to come in and take advantage of our training and collaboration, which I think is pretty awesome. Because yes, we all have our businesses, but in the end, you know, the stronger the agents can be in the industry, the stronger the real estate industry is, because we're really a driving force of the economy.
Right. So if I'm an agent and I'm at a brick and mortar place and I've been banished to my home and I don't get to go into my office anymore, this looks like a really attractive offer. But I have lots of questions, Elizabeth. I mean, I want to make sure that I'm getting trained, but I want to do what I want to do, and I don't necessarily want to do it any other way. There's still a lot of freedom with EXP. You cap just like you do with normal companies, but there's added bonuses with a retirement structure and a 401k and stock options that aren't with other companies.
Right. So one of the things I really love about EXP is we are still entrepreneurials. We are still independent contractors, right? People are going to do business with me because of me. But if I have a powerful platform in the background supporting me, then that makes me better and serving my clients at a much higher level. So with EXP, we're allowed to brand ourselves, right? I brand myself as Luxe Property Group. We're allowed to do our business and structure our business however we want, as long as we're within the TREC guidelines, right? They're not telling us what to do. They're just there because they're agent obsessed to support our business and our goals. And we're all doing business very differently. So, but with all that comes the training, the technology, very low fees per month that covers so much. I get so much for so little. The retirement and passive income opportunities we have. I was a producer at my old company and I didn't have ownership. I tried to buy into a franchise. Thank goodness I didn't do that. But it was the barriers to entry were very high. I could not have ownership, right? With EXP, we all are owners. All the agents receive stock for doing business as usual. I receive stock my first transaction every year. I'm going to do transactions, but to be awarded with stock is amazing, right?
Most agents don't put money aside. Full disclosure. So I work with EXP and I sell my properties through EXP. So I'm a little agent. I don't show people like you do. I just do it for my benefit. And there's a huge benefit, I think, because I'm in the money business, understanding what a 401k can do for someone when in retirement, as well as getting paid for recruiting agents and keeping them and helping them grow. Now I can help agents come to EXP from all across the country, because it's just not me training them. It is a huge company training them, and that's a huge attraction for agents.
Well, and it's agents teaching agents, and we're all owners. So when you think of switching your mindset from what typical real estate is to ownership, everything changes, right? As an owner, I want to be in business with great agents all over the country. The company wants to be in business with great agents, and so we're awarded, again, stock for attracting great agents anywhere in the country. If we have great agents coming to the country, coming to the company, we're all pouring into each other. If I'm doing well, these other agents are doing well, the company is doing well, we all win, because again, we're owners. So our company we don't have borders, if you will. We're one national company. And so we are all just pouring into each other. If somebody from Virginia is doing something really cool, and I can call and say, oh my gosh, I love what you're doing. How are you doing that? Or case in point, the virtual open houses that I'm doing. That's something I brilliantly came up with. That's Chris Anderson out of Arizona, out of Sedona, who was doing that. And I was like, tell me what you're doing. Show me. She's like, okay, this is what I'm doing.
And that's great, because you're not her competition. You're just opening it up for your city.
Exactly. We're not competing. So we don't have to save the secret sauce. We don't have to hide or keep back information. We're truly, truly collaborating, and we're sharing. And they always talk about EXP was created for connection. It's collaboration, not competition, right? If I can help somebody in Florida and feed into what they're doing, and they reciprocate back to me. Like Florida and Texas are very, very different markets. California and Texas are very different markets. It gives me a competitive advantage in my current market by implementing things that are happening around the country that other agents in my market might not be doing or know about. And so it's a big win for everybody. It's a win for the agents, it's a win for the company, and quite frankly, it's a win for the clients, the buyers and the sellers.
Also, individuals can come and join, and if they have a team, we've had whole teams from all the companies, Keller Williams, Century 21, whoever's out there. Teams have moved over, not only because of the recruiting, the way that handles, and the way you get company stock that's traded on the NASDAQ. You also have a chance to buy stock with all of your transactions, which I know you take advantage of, and I do too. And you've got the training, so they don't have to train all of their staff on their team. That's something that everyone can go into the world and take trainings themselves. So there's a lot of upside to a company like ours and the technology that we have. Elizabeth, how can people get a hold of you for more information? And of course, I'll give them my name and number as well. But you're part of my team, so we both help each other. We just talked to a gentleman the other day that wants to join, he and his wife, EXP, because he'd been in the business before and was looking at everything that we have to offer.
Well, what's interesting too about him, he had his own brokerage, and a lot of the smaller independent brokerages right now are coming over to us because they can still operate as usual, but without the liability and without the overhead and without the stress, because a lot of small brokerages aren't profitable.
Right.
It looks like they're profitable, but a lot of them aren't. With our model, they can come over, nothing disrupted. But now, if you think about that broker, he's only one person. He's only one person to give advice and train those agents, right?
Right, and do the payroll and the commission splits and the licensing, all that is taken away from him, and they can just sell again.
Right. They can sell again, but they can leverage their time and talent a little bit differently. So when the brokers come on, the small independent brokers come on, they're like, oh my gosh, now my agents, I don't have to be responsible for training and teaching everything because I only know what I know. Right. But think of how much more they can do. I have an agent out of Houston that came on. She was at Remax and first for 3 months. What she realized quickly is if you weren't on a team and the broker competed against her. Right? If you weren't on the team or you weren't on the broker team, and it's not a knock against Remax, this is just their model. She didn't get ahead. She wasn't getting leads. She was like, maybe I made a mistake. So she came over to EXP, she and I met, and I said, look, if you pour in and if you plug in and you show up, you're going to be successful. Her first year with us, so keep in mind, she was only in the business 3 months before. Her first year, she did 9 million. 9 million. right? So now she just capped again and is on her way to icon status, which is huge. So there is a big difference. You can have a big business. You can do whatever you'd want to do. If you just want to sell 5 homes a year, that's awesome. Let us help you do that. If you want to be some of these bigger teams that are selling 100, 200, 300 homes a year and more, there's a lot of resources for that as well.
All right, Elizabeth, how do we get a hold of you? Give us an email address or a phone number.
Sure. Elizabeth@luxepg.com is my email, luxepg.com. Phone number, I'm in Austin, is 512-658-0045. And you can always find me on my website. It's www.luxepg.com.
And you're on Facebook and Instagram. You're everywhere.
I am. I'm trying to embrace social media a little bit more, but yes, I'm out there.
Great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'll see you soon.